Hi and welcome back. I have a very important question for you. Look into my eyes. Do you trust me? Really, I want to know, do you trust me? Your answer should be a firm no. You know what? Trust issues. Trust issues. If you have them, welcome to 2013, and I congratulate you for your trust issues. This video is probably going to be a little different than anything you've heard before, because I'm actually encouraging you to stop working on your trust issues. Yes, I did say stop working on your trust issues, because I'm asking you to do something a little bit different, and that's start working with your trust issues. Again, we're living in very different times, and there's nothing wrong with keeping that trust radar up. The problem comes in when we allow these issues to cross over into paranoia, and they prevent us from creating warm, happy, healthy, fruitful relationships and leading our lives with confidence. So today I want to give you 5 tips that I think are going to go really far if this whole issue of trust is on your mind, or something that you're battling or have battled in your lifetime. So number 1 is to listen to your gut. Please listen to your gut, and to respect your fears. A fantastic book that delves into this a little bit deeper is called The Gift of Fear by Gavin DeBecker, and I hope you'll pick it up. I have to tell you that personally, whenever I've been screwed over in life, again, whether that's the business side or the personal side, it is because I did not listen to that still small voice. It started in the back of my head and went down through my chest and landed in my stomach. And every time I have ignored it, there has been a problem. Every single species on the planet has been given some adaptive feature, an extra layer of protection, if you will. The bears have claws. Lions have very sharp teeth. Snakes have venom. What do you think our adaptive feature is? Yes, it's that sixth sense. Again, that still small voice that always speaks to us and said, this is right, this will fit for you, this works. Or on the other hand, it can say, this is so terribly wrong. Some years ago, I ran into the devil. And on my second date, I was walking back to my car, and I got this feeling, and it permeated every part of my being. Stop. This is wrong. Just stop. I didn't listen to it. I proceeded on with that relationship and paid for it dearly. But in hindsight, and hindsight is always 20/20, the voice was there. You know, if you start to get in tune with that voice, my goodness, the time that you can take away from nonsense, headache, heartache, catapult yourself to new horizons and start listening and respecting that gift. Number 2, get in tune with your body and start asking questions. A lot of times we want to intellectualize issues around trust. We stay in our heads where that's concerned. But think about the times where you felt really good about someone. You just felt excited and good about them. And then think about the times you felt an ominous feeling or a bad feeling or a nagging feeling. That didn't start in your head, that started in your body. It started in your center, the control center, which is your chest and which is your stomach. So whenever you're not sure, you need to focus in that chest and that stomach area and start asking yourself some questions. How do I feel when I'm in his or her presence? Is there a pattern of behavior that just doesn't fit with what they're saying? You know, let's face it, people don't say who they are, they do who they are. When did I first become uneasy about this situation? And when you ask these questions on the gut level, the answers are going to come from the gut level. And when you get the answer, please take the first one that comes. That's number 3. Take what comes first and do not infuse doubt. Do not muddy up the waters with doubt. A gentleman came into my office about a year ago. He had been assaulted. A young lady assaulted him 6 months into their relationship, and I asked him, wasn't there something, why did you go forward with it? He said, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you something about the benefit of the doubt. You can get the benefit of the doubt if you're bagging my groceries. You can even get the benefit of the doubt if the check in the mail arrives a few days late. You cannot get the benefit of the doubt where my heart, my mind, and my sanity is concerned. These are the days that we're living in, and you just have to sit back, absorb that reality. I don't necessarily like that reality, but it's the truth about where we are at this space and time. And a lot of people tell me, I don't want to offend, and if I'm constantly scrutinizing everything and everyone, how am I going to get good people in my life, keep them in my life? Let me tell you something about that. People are no different than any other situation. Cream always rises to the top. Good people are going to manifest in your life if you are the same. Like attracts like. The stuff that's not the cream is going to fall to the bottom, and that's not what you want in your life anyway. The point of the matter is, everything that glitters is not gold. So we do have to do our due diligence for ourselves and take that second look, and it's well worth it. Number 4, this is really important. It's giving yourself permission to override nice. Please give yourself permission to override nice. I consider myself a nice person. I love nice people. I have nice people on a pedestal. I think the world is just nicer with nice people in it. And I'm here to tell you, I'm shooting it straight from the heart. You are listening to a woman that has had to graduate from the school of nice. And I'll tell you the reason why. There are people out here. No, I take that back. There are predators out here who will take you for every single thing you've got. And when I say predators, you think about some big scary monster in the woods. No. Predator can be a stranger. It can be someone disguised as a friend. It can be a family member. It can be a neighbor, co-worker, colleague. There's beautiful, joyful people all around us, but there are the predators too. So you say, well, Sheila, how can I override this need to please, what have you? I'll tell you how I did it. I really sat down with myself and got in touch with my purpose. And part of my primary purpose here on this planet is to be a light for others. And I'm sure that anyone who is watching this, if you didn't care about anything, you wouldn't be watching the video. That's part of your primary purpose as well, however that plays out in your life. So I'm also responsible for protecting my light and protecting my life so I continue to move forward and lead the best life I can and help other people to do the same. So when I feel like that's being threatened in any area of my life, I'm sorry, I'm going to shut it down. It's just that simple, and you cannot make apologies for doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. And if there's a situation that you need to walk away from, if there's a person that you need to walk away from, or just that relationship, you have the right. You have the right to do that. And I'm going to tell you something else. If someone, once you shut something off or walk away and they persist or try to make you feel bad, that's a form of manipulation, and that's a problem too. Watch my video on manipulation as well. Last step is to develop trust in yourself, you know, it's really, really hard because sometimes you feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. I need to second guess myself. But the more confident and secure you are in your own skin, the more the trust issues, honestly, they just fade away because you know inside yourself, hey, if I start smelling a rat here, you know, I'm gonna snatch the cheese away. Or if I don't take the whole block of cheese, I'm not gonna let you have the whole cachet. Maybe you just get a little nibble, but I'm not going to lay myself out on the line or jeopardize my life or my sanity for anything or anyone. So really, I'm hoping that what I shared gives you some different insights on trust and gives you some different ways to think about trust, because really having trusting, warm relationships, that's a good thing. Not necessarily easy to come by, but they are out there. And again, I hope the suggestions help you get closer to forming all of those relationships and situations that you want for your life. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.